Hello, everyone, and welcome to North Pole Happy Hour for this Monday. What a beautiful day it is. Everyone, please say hello, Randall, Santa, Checker Lee.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Hello, Bob. Hello there, Angela. And everybody out there. Great to see everybody. TGIM.
Yes, it is. And hello to Angela Mack. She's with us today. Now,
Good news.
Phineas will be along in a bit. Many of you may have seen he's spent the week last week through the weekend. Matter of fact, they were still there yesterday in Nashville, Tennessee, on a trip down there for the Clown College and sightseeing. They had a good time. And he's running a little bit late coming in today. So we had a little story put together that was off the wall that I shared with Randall and Mike. And I kind of was going to use it, but it's too long. So we're just going to scratch it.
We'll just tell you the truth instead. He's still in Nashville.
Yeah,
Kind of a
exactly.
great little story. It was fun. Yeah, it looks like he's had a great time down there and done a
He
lot
had
of sightseeing and, of course, the schooling. And so,
see where they went to karaoke bar last night and he was singing and had a good
uh,
time. So
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun down there. It's a beautiful place. It's really is something down there.
I'll tell you what, you can spend a month there and not even begin to scratch the surface, like many of our destination cities across the United States are. And it's always fun when you go somewhere and you really enjoy what that town or city has to offer. And Nashville's one of those that has a lot to offer. So
Or it's the old-fashioned saying that they used to say, "I spent a month there one night."
yeah, exactly.
To
That's
be
probably
there
how
that
Benny
long.
feels after this weekend. Exactly. Yeah, he was doing some karaoke. One of the songs he shared was one of the Little Feats tunes, and he was enjoying himself, having
Yeah,
fun.
it's a great time. That's great. I mean, we all deserve that. That's the thing. We all deserve to get away and have some fun. And you know,
I always say once you work your whole life to build a life, to build a place to live, to set yourself up for retirement. And when you reach that retirement age, get out and do what you can afford. Get out and have fun. Get out and enjoy yourself because you worked hard your whole life and you deserve it. So get out and have some fun. And along the way, take a trip or two. It doesn't matter if you're at retirement age or not. Just do what you can do. But you know, uh, enjoy the fruits of life. We work so
you-
hard. We work hard as clauses. We work hard as everything that we try to do. So have some fun. As Randy
yeah,
likes to say, it's showtime. So
it's showtime. Can't believe it. It's show 10 already. 10 shows already this year. Crazy.
I was looking at the Tuesday Night Live schedule, and we only have about 10 open nights left for the season.
Wow.
If I counted that right, but now I did go out, and I may have left a month out there, so it may be more like 14. But stop and think about it: 35 shows, almost halfway through by the time. Well, we are halfway through by the time we reach Branson. So,
Yeah. Halfway through. That's just. I mean, that's like the summer's then gone. You start. Yeah.
well, we no more get Monday done and Tuesday done, and I start on the show for Monday on Wednesday, and usually have it done by Wednesday night or Thursday morning, and then by Friday the Tuesday show is done, and I spend time on the weekends with my family and doing, like for instance, I've been working on the Sat Bob's PowerPoint for the Michigan school coming up, so that takes up a lot of Saturday and part of Sunday, and before you know it, it's Monday again.
Just doesn't stop. I guess
Like
that's.
that, you know.
I mean, it just. I guess it's better than the alternative, though. That's the thing. It's
Yes,
much
sir.
better than the alternative. So,
Absolutely.
so that's we'll
And
take it for now.
what else you gonna do during the week if you don't do something?
I sat and watched 4 movies the other day. Did nothing.
Yeah, there's always something to do. Hey, let's get some inspiration with a hot cup of cocoa from
Yeah,
Santa
sounds
B.
good.
Get the name up. Yes, it has.
Ho, 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 and happy day, my friends. Santa B here with you again today. And today, I want to talk about May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Now, I know that's not a typical Santa thing to talk about, but one of the things that really struck me this year is the number of people that I work with who wanted to make sure I was wearing my Darth Vader helmet today. Yes, I have a Darth Vader helmet. Yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd, and I like that about me. But one of the things that really made me think about this is, I'm Santa all the time, I play to my character. I have fun with the people that I work with. And we work in a very high stress environment. And the thing that struck me was how much my coworkers rely on seeing the character of Santa, somebody who's willing to play, somebody who's willing to go out there and be silly. You know, I really want to encourage you, as odd as this may sound, don't take ourselves too seriously. Be willing to be silly. You never know how much the people around you need that in their lives. And I'm never afraid of seeing how much I need it in my own life. Be blessed, be well, and by all means, be silly. May the 4th be with you. Bye-bye.
Wrong show, but that's okay.
What a great segment. Now, you know what?
It is.
Get together in Branson, or me and Spangle, or Randall and Phineas and Angie and I, and at Cornerstones this year. It's one thing we make sure we do. We get silly and have fun. Now, that's not just when we're together. As Santa, Mrs. Claus, it's okay to be silly. Get down on the children's level, have fun. They get silly, I get sillier. The more silly I get, the more they laugh, the more a good time they've had, the more the memory is for them. So just don't always feel like you've got to be, just always on key as that stern grandfather figure, as Santa. Have fun with the children.
Yeah, just have fun. Somebody put it a long time ago, be childlike. Just have that extra not childish, childlike. And just enjoy that the moment, because like Santa B said, I said we all need it. It doesn't matter if it's a child or a mom or dad or anybody else. Man, I tell you, the way the world is and everything going on, we all need that extra little giggle, that extra little, oh man, that extra little good feeling, that little fun. So give it back whatever way you can, especially as Santa. We got carte blanche about being silly and being over the top that way. So have fun with it. Because again, I always say if you don't have fun being Santa, it shows the children and families also. So it goes both ways, and then it makes you feel so good. It just helps you out also.
It does. It just sets the whole tone for your day. Many of us get up, get ready for work, go to work, get our suit on, walk out of the dressing room, get on set. Things might not have went really well for you that morning, but as Randall always reminds us, at that point, it is showtime. You have to turn it on. You have to change your temperament. You have to change your character. You have to be Santa. And something that you said, Randall, was something that Gordon has written into the books of the Satbox books, is about being childlike, not childish. That is actually a phrase that he had put in the first book, the business book, which is part of one of the presentations that I'll be talking about. So.
I knew I heard it from somebody. I know I didn't make up something cool like that. I knew I learned it from somebody.
It's in there, and it's on my slide to be spoke about. So.
I have one more thing to say. My apologies to Phineas. On the trivia, I didn't do the one with him in the scene, so if he can ride that one out for a minute. I'm sorry, I forgot about that one.
Okay, well,
It's okay.
let's go ahead and jump into santascloset.org because we need to move along here and we're out of comments. So let's go. Let's go. Okay, so again, Phineas is not in this picture. I believe he's still with us, though. He's backstage, so
I'm gonna see if I can.
she's going to see if she can drop him in real quick.
It's gonna be all kind of funky looking for a minute.
Okay, let's get funky
Hey,
here.
it's
Hey, she mentioned
on stage anyway.
picture popped up. How about that?
I don't think you need to see me like this.
It's
Sorry,
better.
Randall.
My
You're
face. It's better, Phineas.
Hold on, I gotta get organized.
She got to get organized here.
shrink me down some more.
Because this is the first question in the cause and effect bonus round is one that Randall's been doing, and Phineas has been doing a sleigh bell brain teaser. So uh, we're going to let Phineas do that. And so while she's getting organized, go ahead and get the question out there, Phineas.
Okay, so today's sleigh bell brain teaser, and once again, this is for a gift package from Santa's Closet. And please, if we don't have it already, give us your T-shirt size. And what we need is we need both the answer and the letter for that answer. So the question is, this city is widely recognized as hosting one of the largest Santa Claus parades in the world, featuring over 24 floats, 24 bands, and over 1,700 participants. Is it A, New York City, B, Chicago, C, Philadelphia, D, Toronto?
Wow, great! And of course, we have the clause bonus round. Is coming up now. What city is recognized for having the oldest continuously running Santa Claus parade in the United States? First held in 1887. A. Houston, Texas. B. Peoria, Illinois. C. Los Angeles, California. Or D. Detroit, Michigan. Now remember, you need the letter and the name of both of these so Angela can figure out who's who, but we need the letter and the name for win both of these or separate ones, however it's going.
Yep, and the step by step, inch by inch that we always do when Niagara Falls comes up. Every time I hear the word New York City, I think of the commercial. New York City. Everybody remember that commercial?
Oh, I haven't heard that. I remember that for a long time ago.
Yeah, it's paste pecani sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York City. All right. Okay, so we're gonna leave that up there while we jump on into our next segment and our
Oh, wait. Next segment.
yeah. So that'll come down when you put the next video up. But get herself.
Oh, I know where we're at. Okay.
Okay.
Never find it.
Okay, so we are doing things a bit askew here, probably because I'm on vacation and it's throwing the flow off, and I do apologize for that. But because I've been on vacation for the past little while, very often you get asked, what does Santa Claus do for vacation? What do the elves do for vacation? So What is your answer for that? What are you doing when you go on vacation? After you've had the visit around on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, you spent the month before Christmas visiting with children and believers all around the world. What do you do in your downtime? Do you and Mrs. Claus like to go for a beach vacation? Do you like to rent a cabin in the woods? Do you like to go skiing? Or do you just hang out around the house? So it will help to have that because it's an oftentimes what you get asked. What do you do for the rest of the year, Santa? What does Mrs. Claus do for the rest of the year? And you're going to need to have that sort of information. What do you do in your downtime? What do you do when you relax? Do you put your feet up and read a book? Do you work on woodworking projects or home repairs when during the down season, not making toys or making deliveries? Do you go fishing? Do you go skiing? Do you play tennis or pickleball? So, lots of things to begin thinking about as to what you do in your spare time. And then what does that look like at the North Pole? Do you have a do you have a swimming pool at the North Pole? Do you have a tennis court or a basketball court? Or do you have a wood shop or a machine shop where you do stuff? Charlie Johnson says that Santa and Mrs. Claus often go someplace warm for a couple's week. They lay on the beach and just de stress from the holidays. And very often you get a lot of performers saying that they do go someplace warm for a relaxing week, put their feet up, rest by the beach, and just relax. And some people actually say, I go to Christmas Island in the Pacific Ocean to relax. But there's many, many options that you can do. Santa Mark says relaxing and vacation and work another job. Well, what is Santa's other job, Mark? What does Santa do during the off season? And I'm not talking Mark. I'm talking Santa. If Santa works another job, what does he do? Is he a barista? Does he work at a store? Is he, an usher at the baseball games? Lots of opportunities, lots of options there. So once again, you think about what you're doing. Mrs. Claus Vintage Sean White says, I go on vacation with this tooth fairy, luckiest Mrs. Claus ever. We do lots of enriching things to build on our seasons, and sometimes we go to the water, and sometimes we go to the mountains. With me as Phineas, I'm here in the Smoky Mountains, just overlooking Sevierville in a cabin. And this is where I am for vacation this year. I just spent some time in Nashville and I was singing at a couple of the bars in Nashville and I got to go see the Grand Ole Opry. So there's lots of opportunity to even take in what you do in your real actual life and bring it forth to your Christmas performance. Sean Cocatello says on his downtime, he works on his boots and his suit to keep it looking good. And that's a good thing to do. Phineas does like tinkering with the sleigh, making sure that the runners are cut nicely so they land smoothly and we decrease friction when they land, create less of an impact and thud. But here we go, Sean. As I said earlier, Sean White, Mrs. Claus Vintage says she goes on the vacation with the Tooth Fairy. They do lots of enriching things to build on their seasons. And they do learn together and they do share the information that they learn and glean together. And sometimes they go to the water, so to the beach, sometimes to the mountain. Don Weinreich says Santa fills in at various jobs so he can see how the children are behaving. So he's taking on the opportunity to see what the children are doing during the season and have a quick little peek where they are. He also noticed that he met an elf today who was selling candy in the shop. And so lots of opportunity there. So definitely you can see elves doing lots of things. Charlie Johnson confirms that Santa and the missus go someplace warm for a couple of weeks. They lay on the beach and just chill from the holidays. I see Ernie Russo's got a comment. um, that he and Mrs. Claus take a couple of weeks off to head to warmer weather to relax, and the elves travel the world places they want to see. And of course, he travels to many places around the world on a secret mission, hoping no one recognizes him. And Ernie, we've seen you traveling. We do recognize you. But so once again, it's a question that you often get asked. It's a question that you need to have a good answer for that is real and believable and also available at a moment's notice. So think about what you do during your downtime, what you do for vacation, and then you'll be able to have an answer. And I wish everybody a good time while I enjoy the rest of my vacation. Thanks and have a good day. Technical difficulties, folks.
Ho, 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 ho!
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermo Apparel, be cool. Ho, 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 ho!
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard and worn by the world-famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa & Company, LLC makes Santa magical.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much. It is showtime. It's time to take a few moments for the magical performance time. Something I want to show you that you can make out of two things. You can make this magic trick out of poster board and electrical tape. It's all you need for this little prop. And it can. I've done this a long time ago, but I changed it around a little bit because you can add something more to it to make it more of a reason of having it besides just a giveaway. What it is, it's just a piece of poster board, just a piece of poster board. And what you can do is because it's green, I had an idea that it kind of looks like something. Maybe you folks will understand. Maybe you figure out what that kind of look looks like. But of course, when you're with the children, you can get an idea about. They'll say, "Oh, it doesn't looks like a Christmas tree," but we need decorations. So, however you want to do your decorations, but this is how I want to do them. I like to use those silly elf words. Of course, you all know them so very well. You take your fingers just like that. You wiggle your fingers and say those magic words. Wee wee, woodgy woodgy. I just laugh every time I hear them. And we're going to make decorations to decorate this tree. But we can make some decorations to decorate the tree, I think. I hope. We can bring, as a few weeks ago, I told you about mouth coils. Well, this is another type of mouth coil. It is a just red and green. Of course, very Christmas-oriented mouth coil, which goes along with the idea about decorating the tree. And wait a minute, but that's all that's in there for right now. But we could maybe decorate that later. But wouldn't it be nice to have a star on the top, or a nice? Maybe we could put a star. Oops, I dropped it. Of course. Of course. Where'd it go? There it is. You can do a little, you can put a little star on top if you want to, but I always like to do one more thing to produce something out of here. And of course, I always like it the North Pole here. We don't always have a star. We have an angel. And I can reach in and pull out a little gift for you, and I can give it to one of the children. They can color it, cut it out, and make it for an angel on top of their tree. So you just take a very easy prop, which is a piece of poster board, which I've done before and shown you to produce stickers and things like that. It is a prop that just has a little hole in it that's left over from the mouth coil. But so easy to do, gives you a little bit more time. Of course, you can produce other things out of it if you like, but to take it and make it look green, to look like a Christmas tree, you can do a whole story about, and then put a little sticker on the top to put the snow on and everything else. And so it's just to take that magic a step further. A prop that's what, $1 to do, or like I said, you can just produce stickers out of it and then give them away. So it's just an easy prop. I do have the instructions I can put online, the step-by-step how to make it. We can do that. But it's just one more thing to have fun. And last week I also talked about, and Santa B said, use your imagination. Well, we also have so many props that we don't need props like these. We don't need other big things. We can use the most easiest thing to make a child excited. Wait a minute. An easy thing. A watch. This is a watch I've used for years. And I know I've showed it to you folks before. Well, you can get it in the picture here if I can. My arm's not that. There we go. It is actually an aviator watch. But the children never see those. It's something very unique. Of course, I like electrical tape. It adds so many colors to things. But the children ask what it's all like. I get so excited about the elves made me a new watch. Of course, that's the time wherever I'm at. Of course, that's the proper time. And then, of course, this is an odd thing. And that's, of course, that's North Pole time. And I tell them here, and of course, that's a compass. That's to be able to tell me how to get back to the North Pole. And, oh, that tells me how much magic I have left. So we have something very basic. As a watch, we really need, while we're working, to have a watch on us. But we can use it as a prop. Take your imagination. Make up your story about the watch. And I started it when I first got it about that the elves, a new watch they just made me, because I used to wear a watch with the snowflake on it and red band. But this gave me a few minutes longer to talk to the children and something they've never seen before. And I'll tell you, it's an eBay find. I know you folks all know that I'm a eBay fanatic. Same thing with the mouth coils. These are mouth coils. Those are the red and green ones. They're just a little thing like that. They're on eBay. Just a magic prop that you can get. But it just adds color, it adds flair, it adds everything else. In that visual sight that children see, and you see their glimmer and seeing something extra special is going on. So put something as simple as something like this, or something you can almost fill the stage with, because they can pull that stream route a long ways, especially when you're standing up. So just take some ideas, take this, which is our greatest asset, our thought process, and do what Santa would do, what Mrs. Claus would do, and make the children happy, because that's our job. That's our responsibility. Love doing it. Thank you, folks. Thank you again for allowing me to do this. Have a great day. Stay magical.
right, great segment, guys. As always, we are at the top of the hour, so we're going to run through this real quick. This is a trivia answers. The sleigh bell brain teaser. Largest Santa Claus parade city and name was D. Toronto, the Toronto Santa Claus Parade. And our Claus in Effect bonus round, the oldest and longest running Santa Parade city and name, Peoria, Illinois. That's B, Peoria Santa Claus Parade.
So for the first one is Charlie Johnson,
CJ gets the first one. Good job, CJ.
and the second one was AJ.
And the second one is AJ for the name and half for North Pole Cornerstones. Fantastic. Good job. Way to go. And Ansel, we're going to go ahead and jump on into the Cherry Hill Programs video.
I gotta get it. I know it's down here somewhere right there.
All right. I want to also say thank you to Jessica Lamb, Holiday Photo Magic, for her contribution to TNL Network. We appreciate it very much. Any final thoughts from you two guys for the North Pole Nightcap?
Man, I'm just glad you made it, Phineas. Great to see you. Great. Thank you guys for everybody being here. Thank you everybody that joined in. Some great insight of everything and ideas. Can't thank you folks for joining us enough for making the show what it is. Appreciate it very much.
And just like to thank everybody for their patience with me while I was having technical issues in the cabin in the woods, and letting everybody know that I will not be on next week as
right.
I will be traveling. So unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, you might not have to listen to me or see my face. So take your pick.
Go ahead and enjoy yourself, Penny. Have fun. Get some rest. R&R. I know you've been on the go and having a lot of fun. So we appreciate you jumping in late with us today. As always, thank you to Angela Mack and to Randall. Appreciate you guys very much.
Everybody.
And, we were a little discombobulated today, but that's okay. We always are. So it's live, not memorized. So thanks everyone for joining us. See you tomorrow night, and we'll see you along the road next week. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Love you all.